Hi gorgeous guys and girls, so today I wanted to do a murder story time. Now I wanted to do it about beauty queen and teacher Tara Grinstead. Now Tara Grinstead was a teacher at a public school and she went missing on the 22nd of October 2005. Yeah, Tara went missing on the 22nd of October 2005. She was missing from Osceola, GA. The police went to Tara's home address and they found... Unfortunately, when the police did go to Tara's home address, they couldn't find no evidence because 7 friends and family of Tara's had already been into her home address. Tara lived alone. Now, Tara was a gorgeous woman and she used to do beauty pageants and everything. And because the police couldn't examine Tara's address properly, they couldn't see whether there had been a struggle, whether there was broken doors or broken windows or any kind of blood splatter or any kind of argument, or if a struggle had happened in Tara's home address before she had gone missing. That was a real, the police couldn't prosecute it or take it any further. The detectives and the law enforcement couldn't take that any further because unfortunately, the 7 friends and family of Tara that were so worried sick about her being missing that had gone into her address to look to see if they could see where Tara was, that had unfortunately contaminated the crime scene. Now, because of this, the law enforcement and police couldn't find no evidence on what had happened to Tara, and eventually 10 years went past and it came to 2017. Now, Tara's family and parents and friends had all never given up hope on finding Tara one day. They'd even raised together $80,000 and put it out for any information on where Tara could be or if anyone had seen Tara. Now, these family and friends of Tara, they never ever gave up hope on Tara, but when it come to 2007, there was 2 boys that actually attended Tara's public school. One was called Bo Dukes and one was called Ryan Duke. Now, it came to a party 10 years after Tara had already been missing, and Bo Dukes actually said to Ryan Duke's brother at a party that he knew who killed Tara. Now, Ryan Duke's brother was really baffled by this and wondering, what is he on about, Is he just, saying it because he's drunk or something? And it actually came about that Ryan Dukes and Bo Dukes, who were both friends, they actually shared no relation at all. They just had similar last names. Bo Dukes was D-U-K-E and Ryan Dukes was D-U-K-E-S. And basically it came about at the party where Bo Dukes said, yeah, I know who killed that teacher, Tara Dukes, 10 years ago. And Ryan's brother was like, so who killed that teacher then? And it came out, Bo said, your brother Ryan killed that teacher. He said he tried getting into Tara's address and he did enter Tara's address and he ended up strangling Tara to death in her own house and then hiding her body. Now, unfortunately, this meant that Tara was dead. Now, Ryan Dukes, his brother, didn't want no part to play in this, and he didn't know why Bo Dukes had even mentioned it to him. He didn't know if it was the truth or not. Now, Ryan Dukes' brother had actually rang the police and said, look, Bo Dukes, my brother's friend, has told me that my brother had killed the teacher, Tara Dukes, who actually used to work at their public school. Now, Tara was a loved woman. She was loved by her pupils. She had many friends. She was an independent, gorgeous lady who took care of herself and tried helping these pupils as much as they can. And then to come to the realization that a pupil had actually took away Tara's life, people couldn't understand why. She was a caring, loving woman who had respect for all people and they all respected her. So people really couldn't understand this, and their parents were heartbroken because they now had to give up any hopes of Tara ever coming back home alive. It came out that Tara was finally dead, and in 2017 Ryan and Bo Dukes were both arrested. So yeah, in the end, 2007, Ryan Duke was eventually arrested for Tara, his teacher's murder, and so was Bo Dukes. Now, keeping in mind, guys, Ryan Duke and Bo Duke had no relation at all. They had been bonded by the same last names and probably many other things, like having like-minded drug addictions and so forth. But eventually, Ryan Duke was arrested in 2007. Bo Duke and Ryan Duke were both arrested and sentenced to prison for life for Tara's murder. Tara's body was eventually found and her parents could finally put her to rest and bury her and have a place to say their prayers and everything for Tara. But this was just a senseless murder, guys, and it came out the reason why Ryan Dukes had strangled his teacher Tara to death was because he wanted money for drugs. He had gone in there to rob her. and he had ended up strangling her to death. Now keep in mind, guys, Tara was a petite and very, like, she wasn't an angry or aggressive person. She used to go in pageants, and she was a beauty queen, and she used to help children, and yeah, she was just a lovely woman, a petite young woman. And yeah, Ryan Duke strangled her to death. It could have had some sort of sexual orientation, but at the end of the day, guys, this is a really sad story, and it's just sad the fact that Tara's parents had to finally realise that Tara is dead.